G'day everyone, welcome back to another round of wheel-to-wheel racing. Tonight we are here for round 7 at the beautiful Interlagos circuit in the 86s. Tonight joining me on the comms is Untouchables.
Good evening, Dragon. Pleasure to be with you here tonight.
Always a pleasure. And on the visuals we have Dodgy.
Oh, fellas, I am so stoked to be here tonight. These 86s are an awesome bit of kit. I've been having so much fun in these. These top split guys tonight I expect to be line astern, but there is going to be so much rubbing and bumping. I reckon this is going to be some of the best racing of the season right here tonight.
Absolutely agree with you.
Yeah, I can tell you now, Dodgy, you can probably back me up here. The split 2 race earlier tonight, there's about 8 cars within about 2 seconds of each other at one point during the race, so it is going to be bumper to bumper. Hoping who's on what train.
Absolutely, it was bedlam.
And then we've got the bit of strategy coming in for race 3 as well. I don't know how things went in Split 2, but I know in Split 4 the race winner did 13 laps on the softs and then finished it out on the mediums. So we'll see what kind of strategies we get out of these top split boys.
Yeah, so Interlagos is similar to Nürburgring a couple of rounds ago, where the tyre degradation in this track is quite low. The Interlagos circuit being a Formula 1 track, the tarmac would be very smooth, so watch for these guys to sort of run along with their soft tyres.
Yeah, we also can't forget to mention we've got Fixer Chris making his top split debut, and he has had some amazing quali pace throughout the week in the practice sessions. As you see in this session, I believe he is just 0.03 of a second behind Adam's practice quali lap, and Scooter found his way back up into top split as well. So a couple of extra guys to come in to just add to that fighting, which we're all going to love to see.
I think before we get to qualifying, Dragon, we should give a big shout out to our sponsors who make these streams possible week in and week out. So big shout out to Racers, the owners of Queensland Raceway and a couple of other tracks up north there. We've got Pagnian Imports as well as Next Level Racing, the guys you need to see and talk to with all forms of sim racing gear. Whatever you want, they could probably kit you out and set you up for a race here in Wheel to Wheel. And then we've also got Future Youth as well, clothing sponsors for Wheel to Wheel. Be looking to get some merch from them pretty soon. And I think that's pretty much it for our sponsors. Am I forgetting anyone?
That's about it.
That's them. All very grateful for those guys sticking on with us. They were all with us through Season 7. And decided to stick with us through Season 8, so very thankful for those guys, as we should be seeing quali get underway shortly.
Yeah, looks like we've got a couple of the drivers there ready to go. We've got Donuts getting done top of the hill after turn 4. We've got a couple of guys stagnated on track, and there it is, 5 seconds to go until qualifying. Dragon, what times do you reckon we should see?
And we should be seeing some very low 36s. If a couple of the really quick guys can get together, possibly a very high 35, like a 35.9, but we'll see some very low 36s from the likes of Adam, and I think Fixer Chris is going to be a bit of a one to keep an eye on throughout quali, because he's had amazing pace, as we saw around St. Croissant last week in the Lambo, and he's carried that on throughout this week in the 86.
Yeah, so no one's aware of the race format this evening. We've got 2 15-minute races, about 9 laps. Race 2 being a reverse grid, and then race 3 tonight will be 18 laps. Again, reverse grid, where the one stop is required for tyres. Do you reckon we've got a quick chance just to run through the points real quick before we start seeing some quality laps coming through?
Go for it.
I think we could probably, definitely we could probably do that. Do you want to get us started there, Touchy?
Yeah, so teams championship so far, we've got Shake and Bake leading the way, 9,496
Don't say that too loud.
We've got DM Racing in second. Really
Don't say that too loud either.
really hot on the tails of everyone. Well, hot on the tails of Shake and Bake. And then Beak also made a resurgence and come back. They're in the top 3 now at the moment with about 9,000 points. The Sunday Casuals have slipped a little bit the last couple of weeks. They're 4th place with about 8,900 points. And then rounding out the rest of the field, we've got 13R Auto Sport. March's Pit Crew has found its way off the bottom of the leaderboard, and Flat Out Racing in 7th place.
Okay, we're back with it, folks. We're back with Apex, who's on his first hot lap.
Yeah, so we'll... Do we want to go through a beautiful run through of the track here with Apex? I'm sure he's going to set an absolute cracker of a time, and you can't say no to the onboard of that beautiful 86 either.
There you go, we're on.
The gauge cluster is absolutely beautiful as we see him coming through turn 4 up the slight hill. This very tricky right-hander here. You want to tap the brake a little bit, lift off, let the car coast through, get on the power nice and early, and then braking heavy for this hairpin, taking as much curve as you can on the inside. 2 wheels on the curb through here, keeping it nice and tight, on the power early, run it to the edge of the track. Coming up to turn 10 here, the Alex Albon corner, as many F1 fans will know, very tricky corner to get right there as you come out, going down the hill on this sweeping left, on the run to turn 12. Very crucial corner, turn 12, as it sets you up for the entire start-finish straight or curve. It's not that straight, but crucial to make or break your lap, really.
Especially going uphill.
It'll also be very interesting in the sprint races to see where people shift in these cars, because a little bit of the flashing on the rev gauge isn't a totally bad thing, as we see a 36.4 coming out of Apex, 36.9 from Ando, Dale with 37, Showman 37, Zoo with a 36.9. Oily with a 36.7, so we're seeing a lot of mid-36s coming out of it so far. 36.4 from Pure Axel, 36.6 from Chris.
These will definitely be banker laps to these guys. A lot of these guys can definitely pull another few tenths out.
36.6, Adam coming across now as well. 36.3 from Adam. So while we have them going around on their first lap, I want to bring a little bit of attention to the new wheel-to-wheel betting system, and just mention a couple of guys who have got some big stakes in this race. Well, one in particular, you might know of him there in Touchables. DJ Stefko has put his entire wheel-to-wheel betting balance in on this round, and he has bet for... I believe Adam to get a race win. He's put $5,000 on that, and he's put $5,000 on Adam to get a podium. So going all in on Adam having a good weekend here.
I told Stefko not to spend all his wages in one go, and what is he going to do? He goes and doesn't listen to me, and then throws all his money on the competition.
Yeah, there's definitely been some interesting strategies coming out of the betting. As we've got 4 guys who have spent their entire balance already.
Apex with a penalty, so he's not improving anymore. So the next person to improve up would be Dale, and he needs a big lap here.
There he goes, up into about 7th.
7th and 8th, and dropping again like a stone. 36
is coming through, Oily coming through, no improvement there. Here we got Pure Axel from 3rd, 36.4. Chris, no improvement. Scooter improves with 37 flat, not enough to get him off the bottom. Adam coming through here, current pole sitter, looking to improve. 36.1 and a solo lap, no slipstream assistance needed. And what a field, only spread by 0.8 of a second through that quality show. I reckon we've got to go either second or third row, and I'd say visuals choice, mate. Whoever you're feeling there.
How about the new guy? Let's go with Fixer Chris, eh?
Sounds good to me.
I would say jump on with a beautiful Milo livery, but we're missing.
Yeah, we don't need to go to the back of the field. As The lights are all on, the revs are up, they're burning the fuel off nice and early, waiting for it to go green. And there they go, lights are out, everyone bogs in off the start, everyone tries to file in single line coming into turn 1. Purex are looking up the inside of Apex to take second. Chris with a big dive, looking for that 4th place, the captain holding him off. And he's going to have to settle back into 5th. He has a slight look around the outside of the captain, but it's not going to happen.
Gets a penalty. I was watching Captain there, and I was seeing there that he may get a penalty for that. He can run a lot of curb, but a bit too much there from Captain. That's dropped him all the way back to the bottom of the field there. That's
absolutely brutal.
But if you're going to get a penalty, lap 1, turn 1 is probably definitely the way to go.
I'd say the opposite. I'd say that's the worst time to get it. You can't defend too many spots there. But the battle for 6th at the moment, Zoo was having a quick look around the outside of Showman, looking to move up early. Not able to make it happen, but that's compromised his run into the hairpin. And he now has Ando for company as we see a massive line of cars streaming through the midsection of this beautiful Interlagos track. Yeah,
they've sorted themselves out very quickly here. The first lap. I think everyone's now sort of realised and cottoned on that it's line astern to get the pace, and the only real way you're going to make a move.
Oh, Adam's got a penalty for sure there. He ran very wide through turn 12. If he doesn't get a penalty, I'm shocked. There it is, 1 second.
He's going to send him all the way back.
Here he goes. There goes Apex, Pure Axle. Here comes Chris, Oily, Showman coming up side by side with Zoo. So he's going to be all the way at the back with the captain, unfortunately, there. So shows how... Oh, Captain going for the bump draft. Big bump draft. So I think Adam didn't want the bump, and I think Captain tried to there.
I think I just heard Stefko's heart drop out of his chest.
So it's going to be a very, very tough task for Adam to fight his way back up to get the race win here, but if he finishes in this position, he's going to be right back up the front for race 2, so definitely on with a good chance there. I also might have a little bit of skin in the game with a bet on Adam and a couple on Pure Axle as well.
I mean, we just got to take a moment to look at the top 3 at the moment. A league that's mainly dominated by Australian drivers. We've got 2 Kiwis leading the way, and Fixer Chris from just a bit
Indonesia.
over the border of Indonesia. So we've got a bit of international flair and flavour leading the way.
Yeah, look, I wouldn't call New Zealanders a little bit of flair and flavour, but we'll carry on. They're the little brother of Australia, and we love to pick on them, but I'd really love to see them not be leading the race right now. I'd rather have Chris from Indonesia in the front instead of these 2 Kiwis who look like they're getting along pretty nicely at the front there.
And I'm fairly certain there's a couple of bets on Oily here from, I think, Spence. One of my teammates got Oily down for a win. So Oily's in a really good position so far at the moment, 4th place.
Yeah, it might be a little tough to ask. He's probably going to have to work with Chris to try and catch up to those lead 2 as they start to break away. Chris getting a little loose under braking into turn 1 can happen very easily if you have a rear bias. The car tries to slip away from you. But looking back down in about 9th place, Captain Lowside right underneath the rear wing of Dale, and Adam's already gotten his way past, so...
Yeah, I just noticed that as well too, Dragon. Adam going from, was 10th place all the way up to 8th, so big move there he's made.
Oh, Dale flirting with the track limits there. Looks like Scooter's had a bit of a mishap as well, as he was sitting up in about 9th and has now found his way about 1.5 seconds off the back of Dale in 11th place.
Yeah, track limits big thing around here. You can make a lot of time, you can also lose a lot of time. Curbs here are your friend, but any further than the curbs, and the penalty system will punish you hard and fast, just like a lockdown in Australia.
Absolutely, as there's plenty of them going around at the moment, finally for New South Wales, but we'll stay off of that topic. Don't want to get too controversial here, but Fixer Chris and Oily working together quite nicely, slightly closing the gap from what it was last lap, but they couldn't get the exit. and Pure Axle hanging with Apex at the front. So two groups of 2 foremen, and then it's a massive train from 5th back.
It's going to be hard to make up a lot of time through sectors 1 and 3. Sector 2 is where you really need to hit your marks, find your apexes, and that's where you're going to make all your time. But the top split this stacked, that's going to be a very big That's going to be a very big ask for a lot of these drivers, especially for Chris and Oily, while they're working really well together so far. It may just be a bit too little, too late.
Yeah, and while we do have them 2 groups of 2 cars on the breakaway there, that battle for 5th is heating up as Zoo has had a little look up the inside of turn 1, and he's been looking pretty aggressive on the rear end of Showman so far, and that little fighting is bringing Ando in, and just in the background behind them, Captain and Adam trying to fight their way back up. So this battle is going to heat up like it's nobody's business.
Yeah, the few times I've jumped on board with Adam in 8th place at the moment, I don't know if it's just me, but he doesn't look very comfortable with the car for this first race at the moment. There's been a couple of times he's been a little bit sideways off curbing. It's just been about half a car length off an apex, like you just see there going down through the left-hand sweep. It took the curbing and then just sort of slid out from the apex there.
Yeah, possibly maybe he got a little shaken from getting that penalty early on and is struggling to settle back in. It's very tough to do mid-race when you make a mistake to get back to your routine and hit your markers. But he has had really good pace from what I've seen in the couple of practice lobbies throughout the week, and I'm sure he'll just be wanting to push as hard as he can to make up that time.
And Oily in 4th place at the moment has dropped off Chris, so he's had a very poor run off the exit of the final turn. So Oily's got a bit of work to catch up to Chris there. But the 2 Kiwis out the front, unfortunately, are leading this race.
Yeah, and as much as we hate on them, it is nice to have a bit of some international drivers joining. Obviously, Kiwi's just a little bit away, but we've got a couple of guys starting to rise through the ranks from like the international section. So we've got Chris, who is in Melbourne, but it's from Indonesia. We've got Patron down in Split 2 from Argentina. I think we've got Trip in Split 5 from South Africa, so it's nice to have some international guys starting to join in and discover the league. Yeah,
Trip, our second South African driver, we had Tug of War, who was incredibly fast but just couldn't get the internet right. So,
unfortunately, yeah.
While you're on internationals there, fellas, just a quick shout out as well. He's just joined the coverage by the look of it to the race 2 winner from that very distant land of Orange, I think it is. Tombo, congratulations, Split 2, all 3 race wins. Well done, buddy.
Yeah, we've got Adam V and Ando side by side. Adam's got the inside line there, so it's going to take a big late braking effort here from Ando to sweep around the outside, and that's 787, but no, he just thinks better of it. Let's
right in front of them as well. Zoo went very deep into turn 1, making the move on Showman, but ended up pulling it off. So Showman dropping down a spot, and that fighting's bringing Ando and Adam right up into it.
Ando's got a bit of a run
battle
as well.
First. Sorry. Pure Axle going around, looking around the outside apex, ducking back up the inside through this left-hander here. And they are wheel to wheel coming into this very tricky right-hander. He's looking to do it around the outside. Good luck doing that with Apex.
Not in the Lancer now, pal.
Yeah, probably would have been a lot more possible if he was with Apex in the Jag, I believe. I can't quite remember his Group 3 car, but the Lancer probably would have eaten that up pretty nicely. Not able to do so in the 86 with the cars being so even. Getting a little bit loose on the exit as well, just touching a bit of curbing. Not able to get the power down as efficiently as he would have liked. But he's within striking distance here.
Keep an eye on this.
Oh, he's got a great exit.
At the moment between Ando, Adam, Showman and Zoo.
Battle for the lead really is on here. Less than a tenth between them. Pure Axle trying to stick his nose up the inside apex, covering it off. Not even giving him a sniff of that. He knows Pure Axle wants it. and he's going to have to try it around the outside again coming into turn 1. Apex on the brakes a lot earlier, and Pure Axel might have done it here. He's going to have the inside for the right-hander, and if he can clear Apex, he does. He gets the move done through turn 2, and that's a lead change right there.
And Scooter 82 has managed to get past Dale in 10th place, so Dale's looking to earn his money in race 2. Just not having the pace for race 1 at the moment.
Yeah, Dale was saying to me a little earlier on that he was really struggling to find pace and hold pace with these boys up in the top split. And that battle for 6th is really starting to heat up again, so they're within 2/10 of each other. Adam riding the rear bumper of Showman as well.
Battle for 5th, I would say, because you've got Zoo, Showman, Adam, and Ando really bumper to bumper, and then the low side as well is pretty much made it there as well. So there's a five-car battle back here for was at the bottom half of the top 10 pretty much.
Yeah, so low side being a big winner out of this pack forming. He was about 2.5 seconds off the back of Adam when Adam caught Ando, and really wasn't able to do a whole lot. Put in his fastest lap of the race last time around, and now he's joined these guys in this massive battle and still has a chance of it. With 2 laps to go as they come up the hill. Oily also very close behind Chris. We might see him look for a move here.
Yeah, I just noticed Oily in 4th place has managed to get back up to Chris there. Maybe Chris has burnt through his tyres just a little bit harder than Oily, we know.
Chris is pretty heavy on his tyres. A couple of notes. They're side by side for the lead as well.
Around the outside, he's going to look for the cutback here if he can get the run. Can't get the throttle down quick enough, but Chris was wide out of turn 2. Down around turn 3, Chris might hold position for the moment. Oil's going to have to run down the corner.
Going
Chris
defensive.
is not giving him the inside whatsoever, but Oil's just eased off the throttle there, and he's I think he's thinking about overall time here more than positions.
Yeah, and a big thing for Oily right now, with Chris's tyres falling off so much, if he can line him up to get a move done at the start of the next lap, I don't think Chris will be able to fight back too much, so it'll take away that run down the start-finish straight and the chance for him to get the move back.
It also looks like as well that Apex and Pure Axel sort of slowed down a little bit, because that gap just looks a bit small.
They were side by side through the first 3 corners of this lap as well, fighting very hard for that lead, and I wouldn't be shocked to see Apex try and take it back off of Pure Axel again as well, fighting for that top Kiwi spot.
But Oily's looking for a run out of the final turn in 4th spot. He's going to get a nice good tow up the hill here. Watch for Chris to defend the inside again, but Oily, very sensible driver here. He's known for the tyre saving, he is known for the fuel conservation. He will know when to strike.
Here he goes. So Chris going very defensive. Oh, he sold the dummy!
Yeah.
He sold him the dummy. Oily under brakes, goes a little deep. He can't cover off the inside of the next one. Can he get a good enough run through turn 3 here to be able to do something into 4?
That was almost Daniel Ricciardo-esque there.
Zoo loves
checking in on the lead. Checking in on the lead as well. Pure Axel looking to go defensive into turn 4 here. Apex tried it around the outside. It wasn't quite possible.
Well, that battling's been invited Zoo, but Zoo's ran wide. He's going to get a penalty for that. He's going to get a penalty for that, and he's going to have to give up quite a few positions. 1.5 seconds, that's a massive penalty.
There goes 1, there's 2, 3. Here comes the... Oh, Adam's made another mistake as well. He's dropped well back off of this pack. But I think... Oily's managed to get past Chris at some point there as well, like possibly into turn 4. I think we might have missed that one, but Chris just fallen off the podium.
We can't go to a replay because it's the final lap.
A little while ago as well, a little too long ago. And I think we'll keep an eye on Apex and Pure Axel in the lead at the moment as they come through the final corner. I don't think there's much Apex can do, being 4/10 back.
Slightly better run out of the corner, but I think 4/10
I don't think it's enough.
A bit too much for these little Toyotas to make up.
So it looks like it's going to be Pure Axel taking our race 1 victory. Apex giving him a flash of the headlights, saying, "I'll get you next time, mate." taking second place. That battle for third is on right now. Oiley's going to take it by 1.5 tenths over Chris. Showman 5th, Ando 6th, Captain 7th, Zoo coming home in 8th. Adam just 0.04 of a second behind him, Scooter 10th, and Dale coming home in 11th.
And to the people who put their money down on Adam V, they're going to be shaking their heads here at the moment.
I think they'll be loving it, actually. If I'm honest, he's starting near the front of the grid again. If he can keep it penalty-free, that might be great.
Looks like a couple of mistakes there may have cost him a bit of time, so he'll be looking to clean up his driving here for race 2, but he did get fastest lap, 36.9 on lap 5, which is ridiculously quick. That's
we lost someone, fellas. There seems to only be 11 drivers in the results.
No, so we had Squiddy and Rexy unable to join with some net issues, unfortunately.
Damn, there you go.
But one thing that I noticed on the playback there, I just noticed it real quick, was the top 6 penalty-free, 7th through to 10th, all picked up a penalty at some point in that race, so showing just how crucial it is to be penalty-free. As Stefko says, he's thrown his ticket in the bin. It's gone. There's all the money. Fine moves with the ching. I'm pretty sure he put some money on Pure Axel for a race win.
That he did.
Put some money on him for a podium. So, you know, some of the betting coming through already, which you love to see. I think it encourages everyone to watch the stream a bit more too, because everyone wants to know if they're going to come up big with the winnings or not.
We'll have to host a W2W Melbourne Cup one day.
Let's see if I can find Fine Moves bet. So he put 1,000 on Tombo for a race podium, and that came through 3 times in the split 2. And 5 grand on Pure Axel for a race podium did Fine Moves. So he's got one that could pay out twice tonight.
Yeah, I gotta wonder if Fine Moves knew that we went racing in the Mitzies tonight. It was 86s, but anyway, a couple of good bets going the way there.
Yeah. We might have to get Harry Palms out of the lobby, as I don't think he's scheduled to be in here with us. And there's Adam's thoughts on it. Not one penalty all week, and he's picked up a couple in the race. Defco admitting he has a problem. Just looking at his balance, that is very much true. But plenty of chances for Adam to redeem himself, and he's had great pace in the long race as well throughout the week, so...
Yeah, I always like to think that all your money's made in the longer race.
Yeah, well, there's definitely a lot up for grabs. So, putting money in for a podium pays out differently. Just a quick run through of it. So if someone gets 1 podium, there's certain odds for that. If they can get 2, the payout's a bit more. If they get a podium 3 times in a row, the payout pretty much doubles or triples, depending on what the original odds were. So definitely some big payouts can come through, especially if Pure Axel can podium multiple times for Fine Moves. That is going to be some big winnings.
And Fine Moves has got some good, some sensible money there on Pure Axel. He's I would consider him one of the top 4 drivers of wheel to wheel. So Fine Moves, some safe bets there, mate.
Yeah, definitely a safe bet. Any of our top couple of guys could pull out a podium at any chance. So, did you give the betting a little go yourself there, Dodgy?
No, I can't say I did this week, boys. I never had the chance to get onto it. I'm hoping next week I'll be able to get some wins in the GR3s.
Yeah, definitely. And, I mean, if you look at it positively, I'm sure there's some boys that you'll have a lot more money than from this week.
I've got it back to Hogan,
there were
guys.
some brave bets. So, Queensland Devil and Smurf both put all of their money, every penny they had, 10 grand on themselves to get a podium in the split 3 lobby. I'm not sure how they're going to be turning out, but It's going to be an interesting one.
I think both those two would have a chance.
They're definitely in with a strong chance, and I will say one of the smarter betting strategies I've seen looking at the sheets so far is Spence, who spread his money around fairly nicely, put 1,000 on himself for a podium, just because the odds were good. Put a race win bet on Oily, $1,000, race win on Smurf for $1,000, and then he went big towards the closing of the betting. He put $5,000 on CCH to get the most overtakes for the season.
Well.
And then Apex Humper, he put $2,000 on to get the fastest race lap. So
fastest
spread the
lap
bets
or
around.
fastest race time?
Fastest race lap. So fastest lap, he'll be hoping to come through. Definitely thought this was a great Group 3 round, says fine moves. So luckily, Pure Axle's come through with the winnings regardless.
So gotta wonder if Dale Teeks and Scooter start towards the front of the grid for race 2, if they'll be able to hold off the rest of the pack and get themselves a nice surprise win here.
Scooter, he looked a little off pace, possibly still just warming up, but I'd definitely be putting money on Adam to, if he can stay penalty free, starting from 3rd. We could see him run away. I saw Zoo working really well with Adam in a practice lobby earlier as well, so them two starting side by side on the 2nd row, we could see some big things happen.
So race 2 about to kick off. I think we jump on board with Adam B for this one. Probably a bit too close to the front, but he's definitely got something to work for here. As the lights are on, revs are holding.
One thing that's definitely interesting is seeing that Adam holds the brake and then switches to the handbrake, whereas a couple of guys stay with their foot on the brake.
Lights are out and away we go for race 2.
Immediately to the inside of the track.
He's definitely looking to get away from the field.
Well, the captain around the outside of Zoo, turn 1. Very nicely done by the captain. Tucks right in behind Adam, as we've seen many times before. Those two work together very well. And I believe they're 2 wide at the back of the field in 10th, Oily and Pure Axle. And unfortunately for Oily, getting left out of the train.
Adam B in 3rd place, right up under the rear wing of all these drivers. Scooter looks
looking to follow Dale through.
And Scooter just manages to hold.
Who else behind him? Captain. Whoa.
Low side. Bit too much wall on the inside there, mate. That's not the fastest way through that corner, but Dale's managed to hold his pole for race 2, but he's got a very tough challenge here with Adam B on his back. But if Adam B is upset with his driving here, Dale might have a bit of an easy run here for race 2, potentially.
Yep. I know Adam's probably taken the time to reset as well in between races, which I feel most guys would. You take a minute to maybe walk away if you've had a rough race 1, get yourself settled back in, and I don't think he'll be looking to sit behind Dale for too long here, especially knowing that there's a pretty hungry pack of cars behind him.
11 cars and there's only about 3 seconds in it at the moment, so it just shows how close this top split is and how close some of our fastest drivers are.
Yep, 1st through 11th was only about 7.5 seconds at the end of the last race, so here comes Adam with a very nice run on Dale to try and take the lead into turn 1. Dale on the brakes a little early. Adam very heavy on the brakes, pulls it up nicely, and there's the race lead. And now Adam has a couple of rear gunners. He has Dale and Scooter to try and put between him and the rest of the guys.
Dale didn't fight that too hard, but he also got a nice run out of the centre S's there. So Dale
lift them off.
Push him, lifts off, and
yeah, that was. There's some points where it's a little too close to the braking zone to be giving someone a bump, and I think Dale just thought otherwise there. But does have Scooter for company now. Scooter lifting off behind Dale as well. So happy to just sit behind and let the race settle in, and then see where it all comes to at the end. Fix it, Chris.
For 7th.
We might. He's got a massive penalty too. We might need a replay of that one there. Dodgy. Fix it, Chris currently in 7th.
I lost that replay. Sorry, guys. Hit the wrong button.
No dramas there. Rookie area, mate. It's your first night on the job or something?
Yeah, that's the one.
Typical 13R driver. It's not one of his team. He's not keen.
That's right. Wasn't a replay on low side. Come on, get it right.
Can we get a replay on low side, please, just for the sake of the replay?
To be fair, he is very nicely tucked up behind Scooter and Dale, and I wouldn't be surprised if he tries to make a move on Scooter in the next lap or two to try and break away from Zoo and the rest of the pack. He's almost broken the slipstream back to the guys in fifth. This breakaway pack here is getting on quite nicely. Oh, a little bit of chaos through turn one with P8 through P6 there. Ando and Showman going a little side by side. Looks like Ando playing the cork in the bottle, and Apex with a decent run on him. Showman also pulling out. So we might see Apex try and follow Showman up the inside here. Switches back to the outside of the track last second. Ooh, bit of contact made on the Apex. And Apex sweeps through. Speaking of, so does Pure Axle. So Showman and Ando losing out massively there. Gee. Pure Axle looking up the inside of Apex as well. And we have a rematch from our first and second of race one, with Pure Axle following Apex around here.
Just lets Ando through. Oily also gets through as well, but it looks like
Chris rejoining the pack after burning that penalty as well. Go ahead.
What I saw, lucky those drivers, a couple of those drivers, not to receive a penalty.
Oh, Chris looks up the inside of Showman there. That was very close. So we've definitely got two. Sorry, I'll stop cutting you off eventually there, mate. But two packs forming here for sure. From sixth back, and then a top 5 breakaway. Zoo's been able to join that group.
No, please continue on. I feel like it's...
Yeah, so anyway, what I was saying... No, I will point out that Dale's doing really well keeping with Adam after feeling he was a fair way off pace, using that slipstream to keep with him.
Of Apex into turn 1. Apex is holding it nice and close to the draw there, though, but tucks in turn 2, looking for the run out of turn 3, and Pure Axle's got that position, so...
that move's just keeping Ando in the whispers of the slipstream as well.
That's the way they finished in race 1, wasn't it? Pure Axle ahead of Apex?
Sure was.
Yeah, so roles reversed and rolls are back to normal for the two Kiwis, and they're going to come flying up to this top 5 battle pack here.
Yeah, now that they have cleared out the mid-pack of Ando and Oily and those couple of guys, they look to be running pretty free. It could have been a Showman redress, so I'm not quite sure there, Stefko, but we keep racing on regardless. It looks like Scooter is dropping off of the top 3 slightly, and Zoo's getting dangerously close to being able to make a move on him.
He's still just there, though. He's... gets a good run here at the final corner, he might still be able to benefit just from a toe, but the toe around this point of gap isn't going to be too strong.
Yeah, and if the... I was going to say, if the top 2 are in Adam's slipstream, that'll just pull them away, but Adam has broken that and has an 8/10 gap, so...
And the low side's coming up flying to Dale Teagues. I think Dale's not going to fight this one too hard. As low side just takes... good measure. Just takes the fastest lap for 37.
We need a replay on that one.
Yeah, we'll get it.
As Lowside takes second place, and pretty familiar scenes as we see Adam and Lowside's name together on the leaderboard somewhere, and Dale looks to be going for the bump here. He might actually just be pushing him along the straight, to be honest. Not much of a bump given from these cars, but Dale definitely looks to be happy to tuck in and try and minimise time loss and see how he can go like that. That gap to Pure Axle and Zoo hasn't been closing either. I think Apex is still looking for a move on Pure Axle as he showed the nose through this double right-hander, so I don't think they're helping their case too much at the midpoint of this race. I think they're definitely letting that top 5 get away, but a small battle can bring them right back into it.
Definitely going to take a mistake from this massive battle pack of second, third, fourth, and fifth. to see that second half of the Noah's Ark catch up towards the end here. But even still with that, Mixer Chris in 11th place, he's only about 6.5 seconds off Adam B at the moment, so that just shows again how close these cars are and how evenly matched they are.
Yep,
on this
and
track.
I think with a triple slipstream, we might see Scooter pull in a purple lap here. He was purple coming through the final corner. He just misses out on it by 0.07 of a second. But it shows just a couple of mistakes, and Scooter's right back on that rear bumper of Dale when they almost had the slipstream broken. Looks like they're breaking Zoo a little bit here. They are starting to slowly pull away.
Looking for a move down the inside of Apex Humper here into turn 4. Apex benefiting from a small slip from Pure Axle, but Ando's fighting the issue here. Apex getting the race through, and Ando is going to fly through in that 787-86.
Oh, Apex is just keeping his nose alongside. He does tap the brakes and lets him take the spot, though.
That's going to give Pure Axle a bit of fresh air here and a bit of a small window of opportunity here to try and make up some time on Zuzu. It is 2 seconds he's got to try and find. That is a lot of time to find in these cars.
Absolutely. But that top 4 not looking like it's changing too much either.
Boiley's just turned left instead of right. Can we get a replay on that, maybe? He's just turned left into the wall.
Press the right button. He is a Marchie's pit crew member, but we would like to see that again if possible.
Let's see how we go. See if I caught it. We've got him coming around. He's into the it looks like he's in the last sector. Nope, coming through the S's in the middle. That's where he is.
Yep.
And he's just, gone straight ahead, softly, straight into the wall. Just hasn't turned, missed the corner completely.
Oh, so while we were on board with that, Scooter just went up the inside of Dale into turn 1, gave the captain a little bit of a tap on the rear quarter.
And Apex also made a move on Ando through the centre S's, but Apex has gone wide, so look to see him get a penalty.
Ando's got a great run here.
Scooter's going on the cap.
Ando's got a really good run.
Oh.
Of course, Dodgy up with the 13R action, as per usual.
Yep, sorry boys, missed what years we're at.
But I bet Dale will be a little dirty with that. That there, he couldn't quite defend against Scooter. He decided to stick with the slipstream of the captain, and then broke a little early to avoid punting him. Scooter went super deep under brakes into turn 1, and almost took out the captain as well.
I gotta say, with all this battling, Adam V's not sort of really flying away from the field. He's only 1.5 to the good at the moment, so drivers are still keeping the pace while also fighting for position as well. So good job.
Yeah, and something that's incredible is last time around, Adam did a 1:37.5, so just 0.3 off the purple lap on lap 7 of the race. A lot of the guys still sitting in the high 37s as well, so some amazing pace coming out of these drivers. Scooter might have a go on the captain in second here.
So he just picked up a pound in the exit of the final corner, and he's
Scooter going around the outside of the captain. Battle for second's more important, mate. Get your priorities straight.
Yeah, sorry.
Scooter looking around the outside, going very deep under brakes. He's out on the marbles. Dale looking to slip on through, but Scooter tucks back in front of him. So almost a very costly move for Scooter there.
Another 13R driver, so it's not important.
But Zoo and Apex now together in 6th and 7th. A fair few of DAM drivers in this race, with Dale still up in 4th as well. So
Scooter here for 3rd.
Yeah,
go on, Dale.
Beautiful Milo liveries here, is there?
Yeah, I know.
It's a tragedy. Honestly, it's a real shame.
I can hear Dale.
There was only one in the split 4 as well.
Sorry, lads.
I can hear Dale crying in the cockpit for no beautiful Milo liveries, but we'll make sure the beautiful Milo liveries will be back next week.
Catch it in split 3 where they belong.
Dale's got his hands full with Scooter at the moment. I don't think he's got time to cry.
Absolutely, Scooter all over the rear bumper, and Dale not close enough to get a bit of slipstream off the captain. coming through to finish off our penultimate lap as well. So just one lap remaining. If Dale can defend the inside coming into turn 1, he might be in a good spot to hold this podium, but it's going to be a tough ask.
I'll tell you, Puraxle's made up some time as well. He was 2 seconds. He's now only about 8/10 off this battle, so there's still some more
plenty
time
of fighting. Dale goes defensive. Scooter looking around the outside again. We'll see if it can happen. It didn't work against the captain. Scooter thinks better, pulls it up for the apex of the corner. Gave himself a chance at a cutback, but Dale stopped it beautifully. And even got a better run through turn 3 for good measure as well. So he should be pretty safe coming into turn 4 unless Scooter can get an absolute monster of a dive. But it's not going to happen here. I think Scooter's last chance is going to be a run up the hill with a good exit. Oh, he's run very wide.
That's
he's flirting with the track limits there
if he's
too.
not careful.
Yeah, that's a dangerous person to have behind you.
He's going to have a big run up the hill here, and he's going to be within this battle here if he gets a really good run through the S's, which I'm sure he will.
Oh, Dale very wide there. Not sure what the track limits are like all the way out there, but that's definitely flirting with them, as we've seen many of the guys doing in this race.
In general, the track limits around here are the curbstones, so you can run 2 wheels off the curbstones either side. Going any further than that, and I'm sure you will see a very heavy time penalty thrown.
This battle for third is going to be very, very close. Dale needs a really good exit.
We're just up with Adam to the end of the race,
he's got
fellas.
a nice run. Yeah,
Puraxle's right behind here with Scooter, so
with Adam current home to claim the race 2 win. Some people's bets paying off there. Stefko will be a happy man. 2.2 seconds clear. Captain's going to take second.
And just
you don't get
out.
the run there. It's not enough. It's nowhere near enough. Fixer Chris coming home to claim 10th and Oily in 11th after that mistake.
Wow, what a race. And that was 9 laps. That was ridiculously quick.
And saying that too, I can't think of a more dangerous person to have leading off the next race than Oil. Going into an enduro, the way he can save his tyres and be light on fuel, that man is a real danger starting off pole for the big one.
Yeah, not wrong there.
Definitely pay out a couple of bets there too. So, I can't remember who it was that had the bet on Oily for the win, but
was able to get a quick glimpse at the tyres for race 3. We've got Puraxle on the mediums, but that could change within the next couple of minutes.
Yeah, everyone has plenty of time to settle in, see how they go. Dale absolutely loving the racing, which you love to see.
Well, he's got to do a PS4 restart, so there'll be a few extra minutes of practice here.
I doubt it'll be too long. Restart shouldn't be that bad, hopefully, but
what we've
definitely a lot of action to reflect on there.
What I do have here, fellas, is all the leaderboards combined, so we can have a look here if you happen to have it. We've got from the teams leaderboard, then we go through all the pretty colours of the rainbow here with the Div 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and the D League. Do you guys happen to have that one on you at all?
Yeah, so currently leading the Div 1 leaderboards and our overall is Adam V10, first ranked Group 3 driver, second in the Group 4s. So, not his strongest point here in the Group 4s, but he's making up for it the best he can. Apex Humper currently in second, just 7 points behind. And then Captain Lowside, 31 points behind Apex for that third place. Puraxle already with 2 drop rounds, so every round is going to count for him. And Oily coming home in 5th at the moment. So our top 5 very close together still.
And in Division 2, just to cover the few Division 2 guys that have made it, we've got Ando787 leading the way with 2,353 points for Shake and Bake. Dale Teeks for Damn Racing, about 21 points back. Showman in third place, about 2,282 points. He's a privateer this season, and unfortunately for Rex, a no-show for him. He is also a privateer, so missing out on the Pony Express here tonight. But he's sitting in fourth at the moment, 2,193 points.
Yeah, for sure. The top half of Div 2 really starting to make an impact on our top split lobbies, as from 6th to 11th ranked in the lobbies were all Div 2 or D League, being Fixer Chris as well, so plenty of those guys starting to break away, and a couple of Div 1 dudes struggling a little bit.
Yeah, the lobbies are starting to really shape themselves out now with the who's who for this season. Car choices and 1max tend to change up the order a little bit, but the fast guys usually reign. It's your as we keep hearing, split 2's sort of more or less split 1.5, so that's where a lot of the change can happen season on season with car choice and format choice.
Yeah, the split 2 lobby looked pretty packed for you guys to compete in tonight. You had a couple of top split regulars dropping down in there. You've got some guys coming up from Div 3, some D League guys breaking through as well. So it's a big mix of guys all fighting for around that similar pace.
And got to give a big congratulations to Tombo. He just clean sweeped pretty much split 2 tonight. I think he only won 2 races, but his pace overall throughout the 3 races, he just really showed everyone how it was done, and a real shame that he couldn't make the top split tonight, but he'll with this performance he'll definitely be there next week, that's for sure. Do we have the calendar as well, Dodgy, so we can just run through the end of the season as we come through to the final quarter of the season?
Absolutely, it's up and oil is back, so we won't have long.
So next week we'll be jetting off to Laguna Seca in the GT3s. That's another sprint round.
Should see some MR dominance there from Dale again. I'm sure he'll be very happy to be in the fry around there.
Oh, he sure will. He loves that Ferrari. Just don't ask him how much he loves it. He'll spend hours talking about it. And then after that we go to the last of the 1 hour enduros, and that'll be the Toyota 86s at around Brands Hatch for 40 laps. That is going to be
tiring.
Tyre hell. It's going to be tyre hell and tiring for anyone on a controller, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of long sweeping right hand corners there. Red Bull will be next. The only rain round this season. Red Bull, that'll be in the sprint race, so there won't be a lot of suffering there for a lot of the drivers, but 10 laps of the rain is probably a bit too much for some. And rounding out the rest of the season, a couple of really good picks to round out the rest of the season. Mount Panorama, a sprint in the 86s, that's going to be a ridiculously close race there, and then
the return of Bathurst is going to be an absolutely crucial slipstream fest.
Be looking forward to seeing you out on the track there, Dragon. When do you plan on making your long-awaited return to the league?
It's a possibility. I'm just trying to make sure all our visuals guys can have commentators to accompany them throughout as many race weekends as I can. So once the commentators get a couple more RSVPs, I'll probably open myself up to returning again. But back to the calendar. Spa to finish it off. Super Enduro, 39 laps. That's going to be one hell of a race in the Group 3s.
I've got to say, the last few seasons of Little Will have definitely really finished off on a high note. Spa this season, Nürburgring last season, Le Mans the season before that. Hasn't been a bad finish to any of the seasons as we go to the grid for race 3.
Yeah, Fixer Chris also starting on the front row with Oily. So a dangerous combo there, as we have silence over the grid, no one wanting to burn any more fuel than they have to.
There's a couple of revs there. I'm trying to pick out who.
Pure Axle. Pure Axle was on the revs first, but looks like everyone got away to a really nice start. And us already filing in, coming into turn one. Ando looking up the inside of Showman.
Chris down the inside already of Oily. Chris is not hanging around. He is wanting to get that yellow Bumblebee of an 86 out into the lead and away.
Oily got pushed to the outside through turn 3 as well. He's going to come under fire from everyone here.
And I can see why Fixer Chris wants to get away from this field. He's starting on mediums, so he's looking to get those medium tyres out as soon as possible and being on the prime tyre, the soft tyre, for the second half of his stint.
Yeah, so the very upset 4 cars behind him are all on the softs, while Chris is leading the field away on the mediums right now.
Both Apex and Pure and Scooter are also medium runners with low
Everyone
side.
else is mediums, yep.
Yeah, so a couple of splits in the strategy here. So Pure Axle 7th place mid sideways coming out of the corner there, taking a bit too much curb. So yeah, back up the front here with Chris. It's going to be interesting to see how he goes on the mediums and whether he does have the pace to break away from Oily.
Yeah, and Chris is going to have to. He's going to have to be inspired by the spirit of the Great Wall here and defend for his life. But he's gotten a very wide run out of turn 12 here, and Oily is trying to swallow him up down this this uphill section.
All over him. He's pretty much there right on the outside.
It's absolutely crucial for Oily to clear Chris here on them soft tyres and break away from the other soft runners as well.
He's not going to get it here because he's not going to be able to get enough on the cutback here.
It's very hard to go around the outside there with the angle of the track. You really fall. There's no grip out wide.
We'll get a run through here though, but if we can jump on with Showman, he's in 3rd place and he's looking to capitalise here. Showman's down the inside, that doesn't give...
Oily around the outside. Oh, a little bit of contact with Chris, but he's got on the power nice and early using the extra grip.
Ando's up to the lead!
He'll take a 3 for 1 there.
Oh, can we get a replay on that, please? That's replay worthy.
Look, I did it again.
That was beautiful there with Ando.
Sorry guys, I'm dyslexic tonight.
No, it's alright. Ando got a great run through turn 4 and was able to get Showman under braking, and both Chris and Oily, who went very wide and was slow through the apex, and absolutely stole it there. So Oily and Ando, crucial for them to get away from the rest of the guys on the softs. Chris like really struggling to defend.
Yeah, it looks like Chris's strategy here to get those mediums going straight away isn't really working with the soft runners around, but
I would for sure say it's working.
He's holding his own here, but he's just dropped a couple of positions which won't help him out towards the back end of the race here, with Ando and Oily just flying away.
That's that's the big strategy for them. They've cleared the medium runner. The other 2 guys on softs, Showman and Zoo, still behind Chris. Chris is going to defend the spot again. Showman with a really nice run to try and take 3rd off him. Chris is stuck with him on the inside. Showman trying to do it around the outside, and he's got it done. And he is clear of Chris as well. So Zoo's going to be the next one looking. He gave him a bump.
He's going to get a penalty for sure. He does get a penalty. 1 second. That's going to just kill him. That's going to drop him all the way to the back of the field.
He's deciding to burn it slowly as well. And he's already defensive. Adam looking around the outside, and that's another 5 medium runners now in front of Zoo. That's absolutely brutal, unfortunately. Captain looking up the inside of Zoo as well to follow Adam through. Not much Zoo can really do about that one. Only one left behind him is the team captain of Dale.
Maybe it was a planned move from Zoo to get a penalty to help Dale out.
Yeah, I'm sure that's most definitely it. But unfortunately, we'll say for Chris, he's had the soft runners slip on through, and now has Apex almost within slipstream range, also on the mediums. And looks like Apex has got slightly more fuel as well, so I'm very curious to see how many guys decide to save some fuel and make up time in the pits, or whether they just go at it and burn whatever they need to.
Look, I've got to say the Toyota 86s have really thrown up in the last couple of weeks, whether it's worth saving fuel, whether it's just worth revving the engine out and going for all out pace. The last couple of rounds of the 86s have been very touch and go as to whether you could make a full race on one take, or whether it's worth burning a bit of extra fuel and then just topping up where you need to finish off the second stint.
Yep, as Adam in 8th place pulls alongside Scooter, coming in the run to turn 4. Later on the brakes, not much Scooter can do about that one. Beautiful move there by Adam, and Scooter falling back through the field, unfortunately. Looks like Chris is able to hold that gap back to Apex Humper. Apex just getting into the slipstream with a really nice run through that long sweeping right-hander. But Chris is... I've seen that Chris makes up a lot of his time under brakes. And I feel that could be part of the reason why he burns his tyres out a little faster than most. So, just little things I'm picking up on here. He's very good and very late on the brakes, especially into turn 1. But still burning them tyres like there's no tomorrow.
One thing I'm yet to find out is if Fixer Chris is a pad user or if he's wheel and pedals, and I'm sure if you have a look at some of his inputs for us, Dragon, you could probably answer that question for us.
I'm pretty sure he's on a wheel, but I could be wrong. We'll have to keep half an eye on that. But looks like at the front of the field, Ando and Oily working together on them soft tyres, holding a gap to Showman, building a gap to all of those medium runners. They've got about 3 seconds over Fixer Chris, which is our first of the medium runners. And they'll be running long. I would expect to see a couple of guys come off the mediums very shortly, if not this lap.
And we've got a very visible battle pack here from 6th place backwards with Pure Axle, Adam B, Scooter, low side, and
Zoo just gave Captain a little bit of a bump there into the corner, so Zoo being on them soft tyres, probably underestimating the braking power of those guys ahead.
And Dale Teeks, I'm sure he's missing his Ferrari right about now because he's just slowly falling off the back of that battle pack there. He's really trying to keep up with them, but just doesn't look like he's got pace on the mediums there compared to some of the other drivers, so he'll be looking forward to get back into his Ferrari next week.
Yeah, and Adam in 7th place looking very aggressive on that rear bumper of Pure Axle. Had a look in the hairpin, the first of the hairpins through that midsection of the track, just showing his nose, letting him know he's not too happy about sitting behind here and possibly trying to force Pure Axle into a mistake.
Positioning is going to be key here when they go into the pits. We keep a half eye on the pits. Does it look like Chris goes in?
No, everyone's staying out. Everyone's staying out, so going a little longer. And Adam right on that rear bumper of Pure Axle coming into turn 1 as well.
I think what they've learned from race 1 and race 2 is that the 9 laps is probably about the optimal time you want to spend on the softs. As Pure Axle's in 6th place, flirting with the track limits there. So these medium runners will probably run a little bit longer on their tyres and then look to save the life of the softs. Their second stint as Adam V goes down the inside of Pure Axle, but just can't pull it up quick enough. And
here comes Scooter as well.
Scooter.
7th.
Could come under fire from Captain here as well. Captain decides to think better of it.
Yeah, there's not
tricky
really
corner to try and dive up the inside of too.
Not a lot of passing opportunities through this infield section here. It does look like it's full of opportunities, but the cars are racing and the momentum you take around these corners, it's unless you're really right up the inside of one of those drivers, it's hard to get a move together. But they're really concentrating together, and Zoo's going to get a run down the inside of the low side, turns to the outside, and Zoo's just going to fall back into line here.
Yeah, very much pointing out what you were just mentioning as well. So not only is it tricky to get alongside on the exit of these corners, is they're lefts followed by rights. So the inside of one corner turns into the outside of the next, and if you can't get it all done in one corner, you're just going to lose it back in the next one.
But we have Adam and low side jumping into pits on the mediums,
followed by Dale as well. So 6 laps on them mediums, looking to get 12 out of the softs.
Dale will be looking to make up some time here in the pits if he's going to benefit from this.
Yeah, came in with the same amount of fuel, but maybe hoping to undercut a couple of guys, get right back in that battle pack, and just be able to hang in there. As battle for 4th, Apex going up the inside of Fixer Chris, and getting it done there. So Chris again falling off a little bit after a couple of laps, has really good early pace, and Apex having the opposite approach where he's settled into the medium tyres and he's just gotten faster, setting his fastest lap of the race last time around.
So an update on the fuel here real quick. Captain Lowside comes out with 78 litres, Adam V with 83 litres, and Dale Teagues with 80 litres. So a little bit of fuel going, about 20 litres of fuel going into each of the cars. But Lowside taking the least out of those three. Did he come in behind or ahead of Adam V?
Behind.
I believe Adam was ahead of him, so...
Lowside has jumped Adam V by a slight underfuel. So Lowside's going to have to be careful with his fuel usage here for the next couple of laps just to make sure he makes the distance.
Yeah, we'll see. Apex is coming in, Chris following him, Pure Axle as well, Scooter, Zoo staying out on them soft tyres, and that is the rest of our medium runners in the pits there. Another thing to take note of, the gap from 2nd to 3rd out to 2.7 seconds. Adam and Ando and Oily working together phenomenally.
I mean, you'd have to after that amazing move that Ando threw in down the inside in the first couple of laps, but a bit of a little lag spike there or a netcode issue
that was a strange one. You saw him drive straight through, or am I seeing things?
No, it was a
jump with the captain in 5th here. Coming into turn 1, we'll see where he comes out relative to the guys who are exiting pit lane.
And
as you see, we can see them, 4 guys very close together in the pits. My goodness.
And it looks like Chris is the big loser here at the moment because both Apex and Pure Axle jumped in.
Here comes the captain. Captain and Adam are going to be right on the back of this pack, unfortunately for them. No undercut happening.
Yeah.
Lowside letting Adam through.
I think Lowside's realised he may have underfueled a little bit here and he just needs the bit of relief there from Adam B, or he's hoping that Adam B can take all the heat from these guys up ahead and just slide on through where the gap presents itself.
One thing to have a quick look for yourself there, check the fuel of Adam compared to Scooter and Pure Axle there. They have a massive amount less, probably 10 to 15 litres less on board than Adam and the captain do. So massive underfuel from Pure Axle and Scooter to get themselves a bit of track position, maybe thinking that's key, and saving fuel is secondary for now.
That's going to be a big save there. I'm not sure if they're going to have enough fuel to make it. But then again, these drivers will know how much fuel they'll need for the stops they planned on doing. But I'd be hesitant to say that Scooter and Pure Axle will be very vulnerable towards the latter end of the race.
I must say it's not like captain to underfuel because
Chris
he's
up the inside.
Yep.
In 7th, sorry, my timing board went all strange and I couldn't see where, but makes the move on Pure Axle and gets the nice run on Apex through that corner as well.
And you were saying dodgy there about your beloved captain.
Yeah, he's not a fan of following. He usually likes to be the lead car, not the follow car. So for him to underfuel just seems a bit strange. You know yourself, there's drivers on here. So some people like to get in behind and follow a car, and some just like to lead. Well, he's usually like in the clear space in front of him, so that's a bit strange for him.
I
He's getting
think for the
himself
captain, he might have just felt Adam was the faster driver of the two to try and jump in and tuck in behind. But Adam's broken that slipstream pretty quickly and is already on his way up to this pack of 4.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing there. It looks like Captain's just dropped off the back of Adam B, and looks like Adam B is going to have the pace on the softs compared to Captain. But we need to keep an eye on this gap between, is it between Zoo and Apex, or Showman and Apex? Because I know Zoo had a penalty he had to burn.
So Zoo will probably come out mid-pack-ish, whereas Showman has been sitting in third for quite a long time. So Showman to Apex is a pretty important gap to keep an eye on here.
And that massive train, if you look on the top right corner there from Apex, they're just coming around through the start-finish line now.
Showman just coming through turn 4, so about 33, 34 seconds difference between them. But that time will come down until Showman pits with that massive pack being on the fresher tyres.
That is a very scary train to see. So Showman, Oil and Ando, they still have a lot of work to do here.
Battle for P5 here. Chris going very defensive against Apex, who had a really nice run through turn 3, looking to go around the outside of turn 4 here. Chris gives him the space, he's got a nice run, but it's not going to be enough by the looks of it. And Chris can stick it to the right-hand side and defend that spot as well. Apex thinking about a last-second switch across to the inside, thinks better of it.
I'm just going to jump on board with Pure Axel here and just listen to his shifting notes for the rest of the lap, because he's now down to half a tank of fuel, whereas drivers around him still have a bit of excess to burn. So I'll report back to you.
Oh yeah, very big short shifts coming out of the hairpin there.
Yeah, so Pure Axel's half shifts at the moment, so it does look like he is trying to save.
Scooter doing similar with the same amount of fuel, so. Oh, Chris using every bit of track limits up ahead as well. He's got a cracker of an exit through turn 12. That slipstream's going to help Apex reel him back in, but I don't think he's going to be close enough to make any kind of move. And we should see the soft runners coming in at the end of this or the next lap if the pattern's anything to go by.
I reckon these soft runners might run just a little bit longer. Dragon. They'll want to be on the better tyre for as long as possible.
I think the start of this lap is where you just start to notice the understeer from those worn fronts. It really is a tough decision to go past 12, I think.
Yeah, I would love to see your tyres after 10 laps, because mine after 9 feel like they've fallen off the back of a truck. And I've just dragged them home. They feel very messy, as Zuzu picks up a 1 second penalty in 4th place. He went wide through the left-hand hairpin and just put 4 tyres on the grass, lost a fair bit of time, and then copped a 1 second penalty for his troubles. And that gap to the top 3 is just growing massively for him, unfortunately.
The straights compared to Apex and Pure Axel, that's where the gap sort of really opens up. But through the infield section there, Pure Axel and Scooter look really able to close up on Apex and Chris. So this big underfill strategy looking to pay off at the moment here. Again, I'm still hesitant to see whether they will make the distance. And it looks like that gap between this massive train and the fronts may be slowly decreasing a little bit.
It's gone down by about 2 seconds since they all came out of the pits about 5 or so laps ago, so it's not going down too quick, but it is slowly dropping.
But
ever so slightly.
Ando and Oil are really doing a stand-up job here. They're down to about a quarter tank of fuel. But,
very little refuel's going to be needed for them at that rate.
They're just driving their own race. They're keeping the car straight.
Might stay on with them and see if they decide to jump into the pits at the end of this lap, or if they go around one more time. It'll be very interesting to see, because their tyres actually look really good. really good condition for lap 12. And just to point out, Fix It Chris has taken the fastest lap of the race with a 36.7. Ando making it known that he's coming into the pits. Oily staying out, so there's the split in the strategy from these two. They've been driving around together for 12 laps. Now we'll see what happens.
And this is what I was saying earlier on the broadcast. Interlagos, again, the same sort of track profile as Nürburgring with the load degradation of the tyres. While the tyres might look bad, we run a very heavy tyre wear out of 5 times. They don't feel too bad at around this mark.
Yeah, so Ando, the only soft runner deciding to pit there, the other 3 staying out.
I think Zoo's just trying to...
Here he comes.
I think Zoo's sort of fighting a losing battle here on the softs. He's had a couple of penalties.
Oh, something's gone wrong with Ando. Oh no, it's just a glitch.
No, he's coming out of the pits here, and he'll come out just ahead of Chris.
Chris is going to have the momentum.
Chris is going to get him, I think. Ando can defend his spot here. He will be on them medium tyres for the rest of the race, but the wearing softs are probably going to be a bit faster.
There. Big slide
mediums.
Ando in fourth. That gives Chris the opportunity, but Ando defends that heavily. He's not going to make that easy, and Chris just gets hung dry around the outside there.
Absolutely. Chris going up the inside of the hairpin. Ando gives him the room, and Chris is going to be... Whoa, he's so close to being clear. Ando getting a really, really nice run out of the left, though. He's going to have the inside for this right-hander, though. And Ando's going to concede the spot. Is he going to lose out to Apex as well? No, as the other soft runners come in.
Bit there.
So this is going to be a hell of a battle for Ando here.
And Zuzu's another lap again.
Yeah. Chris going quite wide out of turn 12 as well. This is going to give Ando a nice bit of slipstream to hold pace with him and maybe not lose out another spot. And we'll see where these guys come through compared to Showman and Oily. Oily's the big one for me.
Showman's only just hit the pit box now, so I think Showman's going to lose out a few.
Ando's going for it on Chris here. Oh, he looked up the inside into turn 1. So even though he's on their mediums, maybe hoping that the softs are going to drop off. He's got a great run too, unfortunately not able to pull to the outside. They're going to clear Oily.
I'm on board here with Oily. He's going to get swamped here. So
that extra lap. Can Ando do it around the outside here? No, Apex sneaking up the inside of him. Not going to happen though.
Scooter in 8th place had to burn a penalty, so he's dropped off the back of that train there. Low side
Pure Axel
in 9th was very screwy out of turn 3.
Pure Axel's got his nose up the inside of Apex here to try and steal 4th. This fighting is going to help Ando as well. Ando defending for his life on their medium tyres now. And where have the... so Oily's come out in 7th and Showman down in 10th, and looks like he's really struggling on their medium tyres, but that pack is absolutely huge from 2nd through to 7th, and Scooter not too far off with the captain.
Adam V's in 6th at the moment, so Adam doesn't have too many more laps to think about climbing up towards the front of this group here.
As Zoo finally pits.
But we may have... Money might be on here for Fixer Chris to take a win here in the top split here. Third race.
Let's die hard. Ando with no more slipstream assistance could come under fire from Pure Axel here. Pure Axel never to shy away from a move. Looks up the inside. Ando trying to hold it around the outside. Does so beautifully. Pure Axel leaves in the room. Pure Axel coming under fire from Apex. Not going to happen though. Apex was very close to getting his nose alongside.
Adam V's just going to get a big run here.
The defense from Ando right now. Oh, he gets a bump on the apex of the corner from Pure Axel. They're 3 wide. Adam, Apex, and Pure Axel. So 3 of our top 4 drivers in the league, all within a 3/10 of each other on the track right now. Spicing it up. Pure Axel goes... Whoa, Pure Axel's looking very aggressive on Ando here.
all within distance of an oily rag who is following them in 6th at the moment.
Very nicely done, but Chris could definitely be on for the race 3 win here with Ando playing rear gunner, looking to defend for his life with 3 laps to go. It's going to be a tough ask, no slipstream. These boys are very close behind, but absolutely fight for it.
I think Ando, with the way he's defending at the moment, is just all but pretty much giving Chris this race win.
Oh, Purex is up the inside. Nothing Ando can do there. I'd look to see Apex follow him through as well as Ando gets hung out on the outside of these sweeping corners. Here comes Apex for a bump on Pure Axle. So that's going to send them both. No, he sent it 3 wide instead.
Ando lifted off there a little bit. He was looking to try and slide in there to the train, but Apex didn't allow that.
Dangerous. That is very dangerous. So Ando trying to hold it around the outside while 3 wide into turn 1. He almost tasted a bit of dirt and saw his race go into dust. And now the fight's on between Apex and Pure Axle. Adam looking to go alongside with Ando as well. Ando trying to follow Pure Axle
through. Going into turn 3 here. Whaley's looking down the inside of Adam.
Ando up the inside.
Better of it. That's going to give Captain the run down the inside, and that's going to all but wash Oily out here. So Fable Captain, although he hasn't got the move done completely yet, he hold it around the outside here. He's holding it around the outside here. So Captain, well done there. Very well done there, Captain. He's still holding it. And that's just that's almost invited Scooter to go up the inside of Oily as well.
Not going to have the chance quite yet, is he? But while that was all happening, Ando was also alongside Apex for 3 or 4 corners, unable to make anything happen, and that's brought everyone else right up onto his rear bumper. But he does have slipstream. Oh, he slid through the final corner though. Big slide. He's going to lose out to Adam here as Ando.
And key gap here, Chris, 3.1 seconds to the good.
That's gone.
Apex.
That's, Ando lifting off to try and let Adam through.
Yeah, Ando's lifting
to conserve what he can here. He's just given the spot to Adam to try and tuck in. I don't think there's too much to look into for it. The captain almost turns him. That was a bad move by the captain, I would say. And then does it again. That's look, I'd hate to say it, but I think that's all on the captain there.
And Pure Axle had to burn a penalty. Pure Axle was slow out of turn 3. He's had to burn a penalty by the looks of it, and that is, well, Adam B's now just only 6/10 behind the Apex Humper here, and Pure Axle was on for a really decent finish here. He's now fallen way off after having to burn that penalty there. So the field really jumbling up here towards the end of this race here.
I'm absolutely heartbroken for Ando there. He was on for such a good drive and a couple of rear quarter contacts and away it went there. The captain lost out big from that as well, unfortunately for him. But the train rolls on, and Oily's trying to hold off Scooter and Showman in 5th and 6th. Showman being in 7th.
Fuel gauge for both Fixer Chris and Pure Axle is starting to flash here with Apex and Adam both having a little bit of extra to spare in their reserve. So last lap is going to be tight on fuel here for a couple of drivers.
I will say though, that's second podium from Adam coming through quite nicely. For some of the bets too, but I think Fixer Chris, hate to say it, a bit of an upset in the lead, and also taking that fastest lap off a couple of people who some people had Apex pinned for. Battle for 6th
Fixer
now.
Chris, his first race in the top split here tonight. His first round in the top split tonight. It's only taken him 3 races, and he's going to walk home with a win, and it's going to be quite a commanding win here. 3 seconds in top split. That's a very big gap. You've been in the league for quite a few seasons now, Dragon, and you would agree with me that 3 seconds in top split is a massive lead.
Yeah, that is quite a good healthy gap there. Very much helped by Ando's defending, but that battle for 5th right now. is a 4-car battle. Scooter, Oily, Showman, and Dale with his nose in there with a chance as well. A couple of guys running extremely low on fuel, especially Scooter. Pure Axel with slightly more, who's just up ahead, but I think Scooter could be in danger of running out on the run of the line here. But we will jump up with Fixer Chris as he rounds the final braking zone, runs up the hill, and is going to take his first top split victory in race 3 tonight. Very well driven masterclass, starting near the front on the medium tyre, holding up as many of the soft runners as possible. Great drive on his part. Apex is going to come home in second, and Adam with his second podium of the night in third.
And Adam wouldn't have got that podium if Pure Axel didn't get that penalty. I will say that now.
I don't think that's completely true, but we'll go from there. That battle was definitely on. Adam was right there with him. But Ando and the captain unhappy with their results, and Zoo, unfortunately, 30 seconds off the back of the pack. Not having a great time out here, just looking to get through the race without a disconnection penalty at this point.
Both Pure Axel and Apex tonight, they've been nose to tail or side by side for most of tonight's racing, so I'll stand by what I said with Pure Axel and Adam B, and I don't think Adam B would have had that podium.
I think you're wrong, but yeah, Fixer Chris again, claiming his first top split win. Very, very big congratulations to him. I think you're also forgetting where Adam came in the second race, but we'll move on from that. Fastest lap, clean race, and a win for Fixer Chris, settling in quite nicely into the top split.
And well done to Dale, running pretty much towards the back of the grid there for most of the race. He's managed to claw up the field and finish with an 8th spot there, so that's a good finish there for Dale as well.
Yeah, and just seeing Fixer Chris's race-ending comment, and on that terrible disappointment, he has claimed his first win, so that's a little bit ironic on that one. He took out the fastest lap by a fair way from what I can see as well, 36.7. It's a cracker of a time. But yeah, what amazing racing throughout the field, throughout all the races tonight. We've seen nose-to-tail stuff as the 86ers continue to impress me.
Dodgy, you want to give us your final words before we sign off and head up to Laguna Seca for the next round of Wheel to Wheel Season 8?
Oh, not Laguna Seca, please. That's all. Now you've got me thinking that's all I can think about. Bring on the next 86 round.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of Laguna either, but look out for that one next week, and we hope to see you there. Big thank you to you guys for joining me here on comms and Dodgy on the visuals.
Thank you very much. It was great to be here, fellas. It's good to listen to you two bang on all night, so hopefully we can do it again next time.
Yeah, we're looking forward to seeing a beautiful Milo livery back into Top Split next week, hopefully.
On that note, gentlemen, have a great evening.
See you guys.